Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dave Van Auken once again for the Fight Bananas podcast. How's everyone doing out there? Hope everyone had a great weekend. Hey, guys, this podcast is supported by Fusion CBD products. Guys, go to fusioncbdproducts.com. Definitely get that 6-pack of water. I use the cream and the water, so they got a great client, and customer and me. You guys should be really good for them. Putting the code FIGHT2020, that's 20% off your full order at fusioncbdproducts.com. Go get it, guys. So for this episode, right? Episode 231. Good gracious almighty. Wow, we're coming up. I wasn't going to release it. I think, I'm in the studio. It feels really good. Hopefully a lot of people are getting back to normal a little bit. But I wasn't going to release this to us, for everyone listening, to our Fight Bananas community. That's another thing. Can I just, 30-second rant, here we go. I'm so, why do guys have to say my podcast? I don't get it. This isn't my podcast. This is our podcast. This is your podcast. This is the Fight Bananas community's podcast. Everyone that watches, listens, likes, shares, talks to me, DMs me about it. Like, this is our show. And yeah, I guess I'm a little bit of the voice of it, but man, that's just been irking me lately. Everyone's like, oh, this is my show. It's like, well, don't you have a team? Don't you have a great team around you? Don't you have someone who gave you the break? Don't you have people that's helped you day in, day out? Why is the word my, other than when I introduced my wife? I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, ran over. But I wasn't even sure if I was going to release this episode. It's named, and I don't name a lot of episodes, usually with a guest or it's a broad idea. But this is, with Walt Harris and everything going on, I named it My Soul. Episode 231, Fight Bananas Podcast, My Soul. And we did a Fightcast. We did a live show with UFC fighter Jacob Killer Kilburn, who he was adamant. He is pushing the cart about a Nate Warther fight. So hopefully big stuff happening soon. But Jacob was on the show. We had our cool guest, Brittany Baldessari. She was on the show for a little bit. My main man, the professor, John Rafford. Catch him out one more round. They were there. We were there for over 3 hours. And it's really weird. A couple people were like, man, that's awesome job. Great job. That was cool. You did it. Like, how, wow, that's incredible. And I'm like, we're having fun and we're talking with our brothers, and hopefully we're having fun and we're watching fights. So in a big way, I didn't think of it as a hard task, right? But the more and more they're like, you were live, hot, the red lights on for over 3 hours. A lot of people do a lot of different things in 3 hours. I'm just going to put that there, so it's like, how they communicate, what they're doing, so the guy's like, yeah, that's pretty impressive. I'm like, dang, okay, I guess so. So where I'm going with this, guys, and it was hard to really take in the Walt Harris fight. And this is something I said on it was about, I almost stayed away from this topic for the last 9 months. And trust me when I tell you this, and I don't even like talking, sometimes about this, but I had some information very timely, or before other, entities had this information, just because of the people I talked to. And I just never felt right to talk about it, to make an Instagram post about it, put it on Twitter, go to your website, fightbananas.com, by the way, go there, check it out right now. I just never felt like right. You know what I mean? I just didn't, it never was great information. So if there was, I would have been on the top of the mountain screaming it. You know what I mean? I really would. I just stayed away, from it just because it's such a hard thing to talk about or deal with, right? Let's talk about me for a second. I have 4 kids of my own. 2 boys. We wanted a girl. We tried for a girl. They gave us 2, twin girls. Like, more than anything, people, it's cool. People like some of the stuff and they share it. And, hey man, great show. Awesome show. Dude, you're pretty good on the podcast. I remember I was at a Dunkin' Donuts an hour and a half away and I was like, oh no. So I was in line for Dunkin' Donuts and someone brought up the podcast to me, an absolute complete stranger. And I was like, I'm not going to lie, I love Dunkin' Donuts. So I was like, I was cool. I was in the moment, but I was like, wow, that was a little, whoa, you know what I mean? Little weird. And hey, I'm hoping the podcast just keeps on going and going. But, it just, I just wanted to feel good about, talking about it. And with me being a father and father of 4, I'm just, that's what I want. I wish, we put up pictures of our kids and stuff. And I'm like, guys, that's who I am first and foremost. I'm a dad, I'm a father. So with everything Walt Harris went through, with Anaya and just the search and the time, it's incredible that Walt Harris fought a mixed martial arts match, a fight. He fought in the main event. He fought against a UFC Hall of Famer, which he won the first round. And it's just so hard to talk about. It just is. Also last night, a couple nights ago, I'm watching The Last Dance and Steve Kerr. And I know everyone's been watching Michael Jordan, ESPN, The Last Dance, all that. And it's unbelievable to me that Steve Kerr talked about, he was one of the heroes in the last shows and for the finals. And still to this day, 1984, his father was shot. 1984, the year I was born. He was in college playing at a great Division I Arizona. And, he's going on with life. He had some good years. His father was in the Middle East working, and his father got shot, got killed, and assassinated. And he's talking about it on the show. 36 years later. Been through so much. And he's still breaking down. He's still breaking down. I lost my father in 1998. 22 years ago. I'm still not over it. I'm still not whole. There's still a piece of me that's missing, broken, hurt, And for Walt Harris, and that's the circle of life, the evolution of life. Usually, your grandpa passes away, and then your father passes away, and then and just keeps on going. When the roles are reversed, and the absolute worst way with the passing of his daughter, his stepdaughter, for him to step inside the Octagon, the cage, main event in the show, in a pandemic. In a global pandemic. It's incredible. Respect, honor, love. Walt deserves all of it. And it's just unbelievable that he's fighting again. Everyone said they thought it was a great outlet for him, something to keep working towards. This is what he wants to do for his manlyhood, his life, his job, his career. And, us men, we take it really serious. We take the successful ones take their careers, super serious. They don't stop until they kind of get where they want to get to. And there's always bumps in the road, but it's incredible that 9 months later, he's in the Octagon fighting Alistair Overeem. I'm blown away about it. And then the result didn't go his way. And for him to take the loss better than other MMA, UFC fighters take a loss with everything on the line and still communicate afterwards in a brilliant way. It's out of this world.
Respect for you for coming in here. We all thank you. I think every father in the world is proud of what you've done tonight. You came in here, man, and you showed yourself. You had him hurt. I just want to give you this opportunity to say whatever you want, my friend.
First, I want to say thank you, first and foremost, to the UFC. They've been amazing through this whole process. My wife and my family and I are so grateful. We owe you guys everything, man. Thank you so much. Dana, everybody, Mick, Hunter, everybody, all the way down to the equipment people. I'm so grateful to you guys. Secondly, I want to thank my gym, my coach, Chris Conley, man. I love you so much, brother. He was with me every day, man, through everything. And, my teammates, my brothers, Eric, everybody, man, Matt, Chef, Seth, I love y'all so much. And then lastly, I want to thank my community, Homewood. I love you guys. I'm sorry I didn't get the W for you tonight, but you've been there for my family and I through everything, and I'm so grateful. And then lastly, to the fans, I know y'all couldn't be in here, but y'all at home watching, I'm sorry. I'll be back better, I promise you. You ain't seen the last of the big ticket. I'm going to go home, recover. I'm going to heal emotionally and physically, and I promise you I'll be better.
Well, I can say from everyone in the UFC, the whole UFC family supports you. We love you, man, and I can say nothing to hang your hat on, and we cannot wait for the big ticket to get back in there. Walt Harris, everyone. Let's hear it for this man.
So that was Walt Harris after the show, guys. Just after his fight with Overeem, through social media and everything else, he's just been absolutely amazing. He's just one of those guys you want to push the chips in with. The UFC would be out of their minds if 2020, 2021 isn't a great year for Walt Harris. Keep on pushing him. Walt deserves everything. I hope positive linings come out of it of, he can be, if he wanted to do more commercials or he wanted to be, with, across the country ads. And I think Walt Harris is a stud fighter, athlete. We know what kind of man he is now. He's one of those guys that he should be, I think a great sponsorship deal. You know what I mean? There's definitely huge corporations that needs a face, and Walt Harris would be an honor. You know what I mean? If those companies can get Walt Harris's face. It's just, couldn't say nice so much, not a nice thing, it's just the right thing to say. I just wanted this time real quick, in the studio all the time. We got a lot of interviews coming up for the rest of the week. So, time is money, and I didn't want to probably use their podcast for, the Walt Harris, So I'm just, oh man, Walt, big ticket Harris, crazy. I'm so proud. I can't wait for his next fight. It looks like he's has a positive outlook and outcome on what's next, and we are too here at the Fightcast podcast. I hope everyone had a good week, and we're gonna keep rolling. Thank you so much, Enstill Nutrition. Head to enstillnutrition.com. Makotech mouth guards. Warhammer Fightwear. Check out warhammerfightwear.com and on the Amazon app. Of course, always Fusion CBD products. Guys, thank you so much, man. Keep on subscribing, rating, sharing. We appreciate it. We're on fire. And this is the episode, Fight Bananas 231, My Soul.